What's up, family? Black man power. Black woman power. Black child power. It's King Leon X, KLX, the human liberator. This is episode 52. Today is February 10th, 2017. Episode 52 of Take Charge of Your Life. Take charge of your mind. Take charge of your day. Take charge of your mental attitude. This week we're talking about creating personal initiative. This is what's going to start our faculty of imagination. This was going to allow us to operate, learn, and create the habit of operating from our imagination versus our memory. It's where we can turn our definite major purpose or our chief aim in life to its financial equivalent. All right, this personal initiative is what grants us the type of success above mediocrity. Okay, success is wealth in action. Okay, success is wealth in action. All right, wealth is positive mental attitude, peace of mind, freedom from worry, freedom from fear, right? Labor of love, hope for future achievement, wisdom to understand people, open mind on all subjects and all people, right? Capacity for applied faith, being engaged in the labor of love, complete self-discipline, and then material riches of your own choice and quantity. Success is those things in action, all right? Because we live in a world of action and activity, okay? Not stagnation and not, okay. Cool, so yesterday we covered 4 characteristics of a person who has personal initiative. Person with personal initiative understands that the difference between successful and unsuccessful people lies in the difference of their habits. Good habits are the key to all success, while bad habits are the unlocked door to failure. The unlocked door to failure is through bad habits, all right? And so the ones that we covered, which I'm not going to do any explaining on these are just a recap of the points we covered yesterday. A person with a personal initiative has a definite major purpose and plan for its attainment. All right. Oh, okay. I covered it yesterday. The second point was a person with definite major purpose has a mastermind alliance with those whose help is essential for carrying out that definite major purpose. Right. So a person with personal initiative have already aligned themselves in perfect harmony with multiple minds under a central idea to achieve a definite major aim. The Mastermind Alliance allows us to borrow the information, skills, influence, capital of others to carry out our own plans. A person with personal initiative also develops the necessary persistence and will to win. Okay, sometimes it's just not going to be easy. Sometimes you're going to have to go through it. You feel me? Sometimes you might have to go under it. Sometimes you might go over it. Sometimes you might just have to endure it. Right? But personal initiative coupled with definite major purpose is going to develop that necessary persistence and will to win. Persistence is I will persist and push no matter what. I will never give up. Right? The prizes of life are at the end. The prizes of life are at the end of each journey, not near the beginning. It's not given to me to know how many steps are necessary in order for me to reach my goals. Failure I may still encounter at the 1000th step. Failure I may still encounter at episode 1000 of Take Charge of Your Life. Yet the success lies behind the next bend in the road. Yet the first million view Take Charge of Your Life lies behind the next bend in the road. In the next video, never will I know how close it is unless I turn the corner. Never will I know how close it is unless I make another Take Charge of Your Life video. Never will I know how close it is unless I turn the corner. Always will I take another step. Always will I make a Take Charge of Your Life video Monday through Friday. Always. And if that fails or I try and do it and it cuts me off like it's done before, then I'll make another. And if it cuts me off before I get my 15 minutes, then I'll make another and another. Right? Never will I allow any day to end with failure. Thus, I will plant the seed of success in tomorrow's success, which allows me an insurmountable advantage over those who cease their labor at a prescribed time. People, only job that people be going by, or only schedule that people be going by is the one that their job gives them. okay, and or the one that their school gives them, or some other outer authority. Okay, well, I'm here to tell you that the only schedule I've been going by since I left corporate America in 2013 and I became an entrepreneur is the schedule that I chose. Everything that I do is a product of my own thinking and my own decisions. So the fourth thing, yo, what's up, Miss Brown? I see you in here. Make the choice. Yo, she typed make the choice. That means something that I said resonated with her. All right, so just remember, if I say something that resonates with you, go ahead, press that like button. Go ahead, press that share button. Go ahead, type make the choice. The fourth thing, and this is where we stopped yesterday. Okay, cool. That's perfect. This is where we stopped yesterday. Was the fourth point, or the fourth characteristic of a person with personal initiative. The fourth characteristic of a person who practices personal initiative or displays that is that this type of person makes decisions promptly when he has all the necessary facts on which to base them. Right? He makes decisions promptly after he has the necessary facts in which to base them, and then changes those decisions very slowly, if at all. All right. So we covered all those yesterday. So where we starting today? We take charge of your life. We starting at point 5. Okay, it's 16 different points, 16 different characteristics of a person with personal initiative. And here we starting up. We're starting today at going the extra mile. The 5th point, which is the first point of episode 52, is a person with personal initiative follows the habit of going the extra mile with a positive mental attitude and a pleasing personality. Okay, a person with personal initiative follows the habit of going the extra mile. What does that mean? What is going the extra mile? What is the habit of going the extra mile? What does that mean? Going the extra mile. Okay, that is the quality of rendering more service, the quality of giving more service than expected to render, and doing it with a positive mental attitude and a pleasing personality. Rendering more service and better service than expected to render, and doing it all with a positive mental attitude and a pleasing personality. This is going the extra mile. This developing that habit is one of the main things that separates people. People, depending on whatever task that they're involved in, is going to determine the level of intensity or the level of power or the level of poise or the level of respect that they're going to put on that task. Okay, people pick and choose when they want to go all out on particular tasks. This is why their life is in disharmony. This is why their life is out of order, and confusion is one of their dominant thoughts. Because they think that they're cheating someone else by engaging in a task but not putting their best in. Do you know that when you engage in a task and you don't put your best in it, then that is hurting you? Do you know that each day that you go to work with the intent to do the most minimal effort to not get fired, do you know that you are killing yourself? You are committing spiritual suicide? Do you know that before you went to sleep yesterday, you decided that you was about to go do some shit tomorrow that you already fucking hate doing? Not because you have to, though. Not because you have to, it's because you choose to. I want you to understand that everything that you do is because you choose to. Okay, this is why we say make the choice. Make the choice to take charge of our life. Make the choice to go the extra mile. Make the choice to make the habit of giving more service and better service than expected to give, and doing it with a positive mental attitude, a pleasing personality. Going the extra mile, take charge of your life is evidence of going the extra mile. You see, take charge of your life is evidence of willingness to share one's blessings with others. You see, every single Monday through Friday, I go the extra mile by giving y'all some power that I could charge, that I could organize a lecture on, and I could do a whole lecture series and a whole lecture circuit on it, and tax y'all at the door. But I don't do that. You know why? I go the extra mile. I go from city to city, town to town, house to house, zip code to zip code, okay? School to school, hood to hood, block to block. Touching, impacting, building with, meeting, creating with, inspiring, empowering, learning from, developing, healing. Right? I go, like, I'm offline with the majority of my efforts. I'm offline, right? I'm out of a venue. You see, I'll be in the trenches. Where am I at right now? Where am I at right now? I'm at my bro. Shout out to Sam. Shout out to Trevor. Our United Revolution. All right. These are some. Look how serious they are about their work, right? They be having the home meetings about their organization right here. They got the papers already printed, but that's whose house I'm at right now, right? Because we got some things to do and build, and we got an event today and some whole other things. And then tomorrow I'm going further up north, or maybe tonight I'm going further up north, VA, because I got this event with David Banner tomorrow. Going the extra mile was knowing that I got an event with David Banner on Saturday morning. I would have just, when I came from Atlanta, I wouldn't have stopped in Richmond. I would have just went straight to where I needed to be. Going the extra mile allows me, if I'm already passing Richmond, how about I just stop here for a few days? How about I just stop here, park here real quick, share some of this power, get some of this power? You know what I'm talking about? And then use that as a recharge, use that, and then take that, further along with me, you see? Because I go the extra mile, and because what I do is because I choose to. That's going the extra mile, and I do it with a pleasing personality and a positive mental attitude. Right? My peoples, they had dishes in the sink. When I got here, that's what happens at people's houses. They have dishes in the sink. What do I do as a guest? I wash their dishes. Did I use any of those dishes? Did I use any of those dishes? No, I didn't. Were those dishes in the sink prior to me being here? Yes, they were. Was there anything? Do I know what the food that was on any of those dishes? No, I don't. But I also do know that. Come on now. What else would I do? What else would I do? What, I'm supposed to go into their kitchen and do my thing without first gracing it with cleanliness, gracing it with since they had an extra person here. And they got shit to do, clearly. How can I make myself most useful? How can I serve? Where the vacuum at? Let me go ahead and straighten this up. Let me go ahead and take this trash out. Let me go ahead and get y'all right real quick. You feel me? I made up one of my bros' beds. You see, because it's like, I just go the extra mile. I just make a habit of just fucking doing the best that I could do in the areas in which I have. And when I don't do that, then I can see how my life is and my results and how my weeks turn out. And then when I do, and I'm committed and I'm conscious of going the extra mile, reciprocity is always great. Now, let's see. We go to the next point. The 6th point. The 6th point. The first one was a person with personal initiative follows the habit of going the extra mile with a positive mental attitude and a pleasing personality. I think I explained that pretty well. The 6th point is a person with personal initiative accepts full responsibility for everything he undertakes and never points the blame. A person with personal initiative accepts full responsibility for everything he undertakes and never points the blame. Never points the blame, never deflects. You see, because what's the point of deflecting? You try and put it off on yourself. Everything that's outside of you is a reflection of you anyway. So whatever you trying to deflect as the good reason or the good cause for you not doing what you said you was going to do, or you not having what you said you was going to have, and all these things, you can deflect it all you want. But when you point, what they say you point, them 3 fingers come pointing right back to you. You see, because it's all refreshing. It's all the all in all. It's all vibrations. It's all energy. It's all matter put together in different forms, vibrating super fast. It's crazy. It's crazy. So instead of pointing the blame, you just understand that what you're pointing the blame at is a reflection of you. So turn inward. Take full responsibility. Accept full responsibility for everything that you undertake. Take full responsibility for everything that comes your way. Listen, last week or earlier this week, I had 3 close people die to me, or my puppy or my dog that I had since 2000 for almost 11 years. I had since 2006. My uncle and then one of my partners. They all passed, in the same day, within the same, few hours. And these experiences, since I've developed the habit, since I have personal initiative, and I accept full responsibility for everything I undertake, and I never point blame, and so I always turn inward, and I understand that if something has happened that has been brought to my awareness, then how did I attract this? How did my previous thoughts, past actions, decisions, and all these things attract this type of experience? And if I can find that it isn't anything particularly that I have done to attract this particular experience, then that will go into the realm of the uncontrollables, right? And so we know how to label controllables and uncontrollables. So if you don't like something, change it. Right? This is a controllable. If you can't change it, change what you think about it. This is an uncontrollable. If you can't change an uncontrollable, you can change what you think about it. Because when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So the sixth characteristic of a person with personal initiative: this person takes and accepts full responsibility for everything that he undertakes, and he never points the blame. Right? The seventh point, personal initiative, someone with extreme heightened awareness of personal initiative and implementing these types of qualities, what this person will want to do is take friendly criticism without resentment. Because, I'm going to stop right there. Take friendly criticism, constructive criticism, all forms of criticism, right? We talked about in pleasing personality and having and maintaining a positive attitude. So all criticism is a chance for self-reflection, so then we can see how much of what they're saying is justified, right? And then we can act accordingly. We must see our personality as others see it, so then we may approve upon it when we're in the areas it may need improvement. So the point 7 of personal initiative, the 7th characteristic of a person with personal initiative, takes a friendly criticism without resenting others, right? Without resenting the person who's saying it, without resenting the concepts, because we have learned to profit by it. I have learned to profit from adversity. I think we might go to profiting from adversity after we finish talking about personal initiative. Okay, and I think we're going to be able to finish talking about personal initiative Tuesday next week in episode 54. So it's taking friendly criticism without resentment, because you have learned to profit from it. We understand profiting from adversity. I'm going to talk about that later next week, but it's essentially the seed of equivalent benefit is contained in every setback. We must train our mind, develop the habit, instead of worrying about the particular undesirable circumstance or worrying about the adversity, we can change our minds, switch our minds to search for the seed of equivalent benefit, which is surely contained in every setback. The seed of equivalent benefit, which is surely contained in every adversity. The seed of equivalent benefit, which is contained in every setback. We know that a setback is a setup for a comeback. So if we know, trust, and believe that a setback is a setup for a comeback, and you hit a setback, then you know you're going to come back. Right? So what's the whole point of losing your positive mental attitude? There's no point. There's no point. You see, because because that's your, you hear that? Okay, go ahead, type make the choice then. Go ahead, type make the choice. Okay, because this is serious. Make the choice means, hey, when you type make the choice, I don't know if you know, but those 3 words put together, I've invested a lot of energy, a lot of emotions over the years. Those 3 words put together, when you do that, when you type make the choice, you don't even understand what's happening to your subconscious and your neurology. Because certain things that I say, when you're typing make the choice through trigger words, triggers that strike your emotions, strike your logic, your reasoning. They make you uncomfortable, they make you comfortable, whatever, right? It's a trigger, right? Right? Make the choice is a trigger, and it forces you to turn inward and take full responsibility and accountability from every action and every inaction that you do. You see, so make the choice. It's because we don't have to. We don't have to live this life. Y'all don't have to watch my Take Charge of Your Life videos. You could click off right now. You don't have. This is episode 52. I don't have to do these. I choose to. I made the choice. Matter of fact, I don't even choose to. I get to. I get to, because I remember a time as a black person here in this westernized world where I didn't have the opportunity to share my information and reach thousands of people at an instant. I remember when I didn't have the opportunity to organize my thought in a manner in which the outer world can understand how I'm feeling in my inner world by my ability to master the English language and express myself. I don't have to. I chose to. I get to. I don't have to. I didn't have to leave corporate America. I didn't have to leave my 70,000 plus gig. You feel me? I didn't have to turn down these six-figure job opportunities to get me back into wanting to be a Negro-European and using this same type of power, effort, influence, and energy towards achieving their goals. I didn't have to leave that. I didn't have to leave that consistent $15, $16, $17, $1,800 a week. You feel me? In 2012, 13, I didn't have to do that. You feel me? I didn't have to go and start my whole business from scratch, start my ideas and concepts from scratch, fully understanding that if the owner of the corporate company that I work with, he started the company, it started with an idea, it started with thought. He turned that thought and idea to a multi-million, almost billion-dollar company, okay? And he get paid $76,000 a week. He ain't never gonna pay me $76,000 a week. And guess what? That $76,000 a week, times that by 4, that's his monthly income. And guess what? That's only one of his 13 to 15 streams of income. That's only one of his 15 streams, or one of his 15 money machines. I said, I don't have to work for you. I choose to. And I choose not to do this shit no more. And guess what? I don't have to work for you. Right? I get to start my own business. I get to act on my own personal desires. I get to take charge of my life. I get to start a free market enterprise. I get to understand the advantages of creative capitalism. I get to inspire others to turn their ideas to physical things and profit from that. I get to experience sound health. I get to. I don't have to. I get to. I choose to experience peace of mind. I choose to have a clear vision of the future. You feel me? I choose to when I step into a room, people feel it. I choose to have the type of impact that I have on complete strangers. I choose to be a monument of inspiration. I don't have to. I choose to. I chose to. And I get to, most importantly. I get to. Because I ain't gonna hold you up. I ain't gonna hold you up. I'm myself and my ancestors, and my ancestors be speaking to me every day. It's like, yo, what did you do with your freedom to help free other black people? Let me get an infinite water slow-mo. What did you do with your freedom to help free other black people, though? This is what I'm saying. Make the choice. Make the choice, family. What did you do with your freedom to free other black people, though? This is what I'm saying. Because I know you're using your freedom to complain and to whine and to try and pick apart a whole bunch of shit that you're not doing anything about. I know you're using your freedom to go to still work for the fucking white man because you choose to. I know you're using your freedom to continue black labor, white wealth. That's what America was founded on. These motherfuckers be talking about revolution. They be talking about, oh, we don't want this, we don't want that, but they ain't even starting part-time on their fortune. Yeah, going to work every day on your job, that's cool. You got responsibilities, you got shit that you don't want to investigate your power in alternative ways to get done. Cool. So you choose to every single day give a part of yourself on someone else's goal, someone else's fulfilled dream and idea. Because the fact that they can even employ you means that their goal and dream has been actualized. So you want to assist someone who doesn't have your best interest in the actualization, the further actualization of their already materialized and manifested goal, instead of investigating that same power, that same energy that they use to do it for yourself. But then you want to call them wicked? You want to call them wicked and you want to call yourself righteous. Too self-righteous to act, too self-righteous to build, I guess, too self-righteous to sweat, too self-righteous to do it for yourself, too self-righteous to, I guess, believe in your... Here, let me calm down, yo. I'm too hype. See, every time I do that, I go way over my... Every time I do that, I go way over my 15 minutes. But I think that this is the thing. What do you say, Ms. Brown? I think that the theme for Friday. Friday, I'm giving y'all 30 minutes every Friday. Fuck it. 30 minutes every Friday. I'm giving it to y'all. Right? The 7th point was take friendly criticism without resentment because he's learned to profit by it. The 8th point of a characteristic of a person with personal initiative. Person with personal initiative never exposes an opinion about anything unless he has thought the subject through and is prepared to explain how he came to that conclusion. Damn, come on, y'all. This is straight science that I'm giving y'all. This is straight neuroscience. This is the science of personal achievement. It's the science of maximum achievement. Family, these is laws of success, fam. You study successful, unsuccessful people like I've been doing for years, and the difference between those, the people who live out their goals and dreams and the people that don't. What's the difference? What's the difference in their thoughts? What's the difference in their daily habits? What's the difference in their self-image? You feel me? What's the difference in their self-confidence level? What's the difference in how they invest in their money and their time, their effort, energy, concentrated effort, focus? Man. So when you study these, you make a habit of studying these people because you want to be wealthy. Right? You want to be wealthy, so you study wealth. Just like, shit, if you wanted to be a carpenter, you would study carpentering, right? If you wanted to be a goddamn architect, you would study building and engineering and mechanics and all that other shit. Just like if you want to be a biologist, you would study what? If you want to be a biologist, what would you study? Come on, someone. Please type for me real quick. I know it's simple. But if someone wanted to be a biologist, what would they have to study? Can someone type it? Because I'm serious about seeing it on my screen. Biology. Okay, Ms. Brown. Thank you. If you want to be a biologist, you got to study biology. Can anyone, now think about this. Is it possible to become a biologist without studying biology? Is it possible to become a biologist without studying biology? Is it possible to become a chemist without understanding chemistry, without studying chemistry? If it is not possible to be a biologist or a chemist or an alchemist without studying alchemy, chemistry, and all of these types of things. So if you wanted to be a biologist, you have to study biology. You want to be a chemist, you have to study chemistry. If you want to be wealthy, you have to study wealth. If you want to live a fulfilled life, you have to study fulfilled life. You want to be happy, you got to study happiness. You want to have everlasting, unconditional self-regard for positive self-regard for yourself and others. You want to have everlasting, unconditional love and being engaged in the labor of love and do what you could do 7 days a week that don't feel like work. You got to study fulfillment, family. You got to study. You got to study these types of things. It's an art to happiness. Happiness is an art. Having successful relationships, that's an art. You have to study that. You have to study how to have, maintain, and build, how to have or build, have, and maintain positive, constructive, harmonious relationships. If you want positive, constructive, harmonious relationships, and you have yet to investigate the study of constructive, positive, harmonious relationships, then that might be a reason why you're still experiencing disharmony in your human relationships. That might be the reason why you haven't yet developed a sufficient... Okay. Y'all understand what I'm saying, right? A person with personal initiative never expresses an opinion about anything unless he has thought the subject through and is prepared to explain how he came to that conclusion. How many people you know speak without being prepared to explain how they came to that conclusion? How many people you know speak assuming that the people that they're speaking about or speaking to aren't inquisitive enough to inquire the questions that would probe a person to explain how they came to a certain conclusion. Right? That's funny how this point 9 which never a personal initiative never exposes or never exposes an opinion about anything unless he has thought the subject through and is prepared to explain how he came to that conclusion. That's funny because that relates to remember we were talking about self-discipline, right? The mastery of the negative habits that stand in the way of your success, and then the implementation of the positive constructive habits that are going to guarantee the actualization of your definite major purpose. And we were talking about areas in which one must exercise self-discipline. What was that, 3 weeks ago? We went through all the areas, over 20 areas in which someone must exercise self-discipline. The first one was gaining the mastery of the tongue, the habit of gaining the mastery of the tongue, developing the habit of thinking first and then speaking after you're sure what you say will benefit you and not injure others. Notice how that directly relates to the point that I just gave y'all. Right? A person of personal initiative. Notice how a person of personal initiative and a person of self-discipline, or exemplifies the self-discipline, are the same. Notice how harmonious these principles and how thorough these concepts and ideas that I deliver to y'all. How scientific, how strategic, how holistic these principles are. And how 1 week leads to the next week, leads to the next week, which leads to the next week, which all of them come together. You see, all of the episodes. You see, this is episode 52. Alright? And how often do we see people who express opinions about things that they clearly haven't thought the subject through, and they're clearly not prepared to explain how they came to that conclusion? These are people who just talk just to talk, which is cool, right? Why would you try and change them? I wouldn't investigate any time, effort, energy in trying to change the people who talk just to talk. I would just put them in a category of people who talk just to talk. I wouldn't investigate that much. That's pretty easy, right? There's liars, mockers, laughers, people who talk just to talk, backstabber, the people who say one thing and do another, right? And then the people that you can count on. Right? These are categories you can just plug people in. Don't study, hey, why do liars lie? I wouldn't get into that class. Alright? As far as I could study, every time I studied human interaction, society, sociology, it was a liar. It was liars. It was liars. The word was invented to categorize people based on their actions. The word was invented to categorize people based on their habitual actions. Come on, some people be around like, liars shouldn't lie. Oh, how naive you gotta be, man. What you mean liars shouldn't lie? That's why we call them liars. Because they lie. Man. Let me see, am I 30 minutes yet? Yeah, I'm 33. I'm going to give y'all this last point, y'all. Personal initiative. Another characteristic of personal initiative is listening much and talking only when benefiting myself and others. Crazy how that's the 10th point of personal initiative when I just referenced the first point of first area in which you must exercise self-discipline. Notice how the first area in which you must exercise self-discipline is the 9th and 10th characteristic, basically, of personal initiative. Because if I said, if the first area in which you must exercise self-discipline is gaining the mastery of your tongue, developing the habit of thinking first, then speaking after you're sure what you say will benefit you and not injure others. And then, we get here, personal initiative here, talks about listening much and talking only when benefiting myself and others. You see, this is where I'm at with it. It's how I'm coming. It's how I'm about to be moving with it, because I know that I've been using a lot of wasted words. And there's times that I have been saying things that I could have just been doing. And I don't have anything to prove to you all. I'm not out here trying to prove anything. And this is one of the, I'm not here to prove anything to the people. I already know who I am. I know my divinity. I understand. Okay. It was trying to reconnect. I'm like, damn. How it's gonna go out on my last second? So I guess that's the spirit saying, all right, bro, you did your 30 minutes. They got it. Take charge of their life. They got it. So it's like this, family. Don't wish it was easier. Wish you were better. Don't wish for less problems, wish for more skills. Don't wish for security, wish for adventure, right? Don't wish for less challenges, wish for more wisdom to overcome the challenges, to endure, to push through the challenges, you see, family, because you got the power. We got the power. You are the power. The power is not outside of you, okay? I want you to turn inward. Investigate. Investigate. Strategies, tactics, processes that you can implement on a daily basis to have an increased quality of life. This is what I deliver here. This is what I deliver here. All right? And so this Friday now, so you got all weekend to catch up on the episodes. It all depends on how serious you are. Because I know, listen, depends on how serious you are, but it's King Leon next here telling you to make the choice, right? Choose who you want to be. Decide. Just decide. Right? Who do you want to be? What do you want to have? The type of experiences that you want to have? What do you want to create? The type of impact that you want to have on people? What do you want people to say after coming in contact with you for the first time? What do you want people to say, to think and believe after coming in habitual contact with you? What do you want people to say when you die? I don't know what's more serious than that. I really don't. I really don't know what's more serious than taking charge of your future and deciding and realizing that you're a recreator and realizing that every single thing that you have and you experience, everything that you have and experience is a byproduct of a thought, is a physical manifestation of thought. And so you, I just want you to investigate. I just want you to turn inward and discover your divinity. You feel me? Because how can you say you divine and you're not taking charge of your life? This is what I'm saying. How can you say you divine and you're not turning your ideas to physical things habitually? How can you? This is what I'm saying, man. What I'm saying is you got the power, and it's time for you to investigate on that personal power. I don't want to leave you behind, but I'm going up. I'm on an unstoppable train to success. Right? Success is wealth in action. Right? Success is a progressive realization of a worthy aim. Success is doing what you know that needs to be done when it needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. It's King Leon X UBVOA. That's the unapologetic black voice of America. I'll put the black woman, black child, black family first because I'm a black man. Black lives matter most to me. Black matter lives.